Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City was written and directed by Johan Roberts. The film stars Kaya Scodelario, Hannah John Kamen, Robbie Amell, Tom Hopper, and Avon Jogia. Adapted from the first and second games by Capcom, the film serves as a reboot of the Resident Evil film series. Set in 1998, the film follows a group of survivors trying to escape a zombie outbreak in the small town of Raccoon City. I've been a huge fan of Resident Evil since the release of Resident Evil 2 on the PS1. Ever since then, I've played nearly every entry in the franchise. I can't, however, say the same for the film franchise starring Mila Jovovich. The films, at least to me, never felt like it was a part of the same universe Resident Evil lived in. Yeah, Umbrella was the big corporate baddie, Wesker comes into play as a villain, and characters from the games make brief appearances, but the essence of the films never felt survival horror to me. When a reboot was announced and was planned to follow the two original games, I was pretty stoked. Seeing Chris, Jill, Claire, and Leon in iconic Resident Evil locations in those first stills got me even more pumped. I can tell you, as a fan of the franchise for 23 years, this was a film made specifically for the die-hard RE fans. The Spencer Mansion and the Raccoon City Police Department are wonderful homages to the first two games, right down to the huge sculpture in the police station, the iconic staircase in the Spencer Mansion, and there's plenty of Easter eggs that any keen Resident Evil fan will eventually spot. I enjoyed the cast, especially Kaya Scodelario and Robbie Amell as Claire Redfield and Chris Redfield respectively. Not only do they look the part of the brother-sister duo, but they both felt like the characters. I thought Hannah John Kamen and Tom Hooper as Jill Valentine and Albert Wesker were a lot of fun. I felt the film moved along briskly and didn't linger on plot points more than needed. There are some changes to how the story plays out as compared to the first two games, but it's nothing super dramatic. The dialogue is B-movie levels of cheesy, which in my opinion is what you want in a Resident Evil film. If you've played any of the PS1 and PS2 era RE games, you know what I'm talking about. It truly does feel like it's a part of the same universe. I was disappointed by the gore and creature effects. They weren't as bad as they looked in that first trailer, but there were some effects that looked pretty rough. It's especially noticeable with the CGI blood. I felt the way the zombies looked was interesting. They had this almost translucent skin as the town folks transform into flesh-eating zombies. I also felt like Leon was pretty underdeveloped. He was written as a random rookie without much personality, which for me was a bit of a disappointment. The action scenes were, however, a lot of fun, and I loved the close-quarter survival horror moments. With all that said, I'm going to give Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City an add to the collection. I had the biggest smile on my face the entire time watching this film. Is it a great horror film? No, not really, but it is a fun and pretty faithful adaptation of the original RE games. If you're a fan of the franchise, I think you'll really appreciate the amount of fan love this film gives. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you all again for coming by, and I'll see you guys on the next video.